4, 3, 2. Well, I mean, what? What the fuck? Right? Frequently asked questions. What's going on, guys? It's that time again. The last Monday of every month, we do the frequently asked questions for the month that we're in. So, this is the month of July. We are going to answer the most frequently asked questions. So, as I ask the top 10 questions, if you have a mortgage questions, we have mortgage answers. So, bring it on, okay? What's going on, guys? My name is Min Win with What's a Mortgage. Welcome to our channel. The goal of our channel is to simplify home ownership. If it's your first time tuning in, do me a huge favor. Hit that subscribe or notification button so you are notified every time we go live or we post new content. We go live every Monday night on Facebook and YouTube at 8 p.m. and we post content daily on TikTok and Instagram. So if you're not following us on our other platforms, please go ahead and do so. And tonight, if we bring you any value, please like this video and share it with someone you know it would affect their lives. All right, guys? So, Instagram family, I'll see you on YouTube Live. Okay, youtube.com/What's a Mortgage. Have a great night, guys. What up, YouTube family? Hopefully you guys are having a good night. Let's get some Q&A here. So I'm going to answer the first handful of questions, give you guys time to start loading up questions. So if you have mortgage questions, if you have a question giving you uncertainty in the biggest investment you have to make in your life, and it's regarding mortgages, please bring on that question. The last thing I want you to do is go out and buy a house and live in fear or make a decision you should not make at all. Some people should not be buying a home. Some people need to wait. Some people need to buy a home. So it all depends on your situation. So if you have a situation outside of what my monthly payments should look like, because we do that on another day, please bring on those questions, right? I think one week we should do like mortgage payment ones, huh, Andy? That one should be.
We what's it called? Your scenarios.
Yeah, we should do that one day on YouTube and Facebook. So,
yeah.
All right, guys. All right, let's go with the question. First question of the night. So far, ready? Let's go on. The first question of the night. Ask a loan officer. So, bring on your mortgage questions, okay? When is the California Dream program going to be released again? That is the number one question from anyone in California who have not bought a home yet. So, the California Dream for All Cal HFA program has not have a set date yet. They say it should be out end of 2023, early 2024. They will release an update in fall. So after they release an update, we should have dates. So far, none of the guidelines have changed. If you want to know more about the Dream program, you can go to What's a Mortgage profile on our Instagram and download our WHAM wallet. After you download our WHAM wallet, the code is MINWHAM1. If you put in the code, you'll get our WHAM wallet, and we left all our instructions and all the guidelines regarding the Dream for All program. Definitely check it out, okay? Go to our Instagram, go to our bio link, download the WHAM wallet. We put together the game plan. So talking to my other friends and colleagues who are in the industry, I learned that What's a Mortgage, we put more people in the Dream program than most lenders. And the reason why we were able to do this is because we have a specific strategy. Like, we understand, make sure you qualify up front. We understand you got to get through the courses. We understand maybe a week, 2 weeks before you go into escrow, they release a program, you got to get into escrow. The reason why you need to do this is because they won't allow you to secure the money until you're in escrow. The reason why they were able to tie up $300 million in just down payment, okay? So there was $500 million. They released $300 million. That $300 million isn't in complete loan amount. That's just down payment, the 20% down that they were able to loan you as shared equity. That money got used up in 12 days. So now we have $200 million. Probably gonna last 6, 7, 8 days. But the people who were able to secure all the money most of them were already in escrow. Yes, there was a small portion that as soon as they released the program, got into escrow within a couple days. But right now, we have very tight inventory. For that to happen would be hard. So before the Dream release, there was actually a good amount of inventory. After this Dream program dropped in California, OMG, that's where I think people realize there is barely any inventory because we saw inventory drop again. More buyers entered into the market and started buying up these homes. So I feel that. So I feel that when it drops,
even closer.
When it drops, 2023, 2024, you got to be well prepared. So if you are interested in the Dream program, you can go on their website, CalHFA. But if you want my special instructions, our strategy, go to our bio in our Instagram, download the WHAM wallet. The code is MINWHAM1. If we can put that in the thing on Instagram, on Facebook, MINWHAM1, and download the code to download the app, and then all the information is on there, okay? Hopefully that helps you out. If you have more questions on Dream, bring it on. All right.
The number one?
The MINWHAM1.
The number one or the word one?
The number one. So, second question of the night. When is Biden's $25,000 grant going to happen? So, this came out in 2021. People got all excited about it. And I said in 2021, and I said this, I'm like, this program is not going to be released till he has to be reelected. He's going to hold this money in his back pocket. And little behold, we're at the end of 2023. Election's going to be in 2024. Guess what resurfaced 3 weeks? Guess what resurfaced 3 weeks ago? This program. All of a sudden, there's no way he's going to release it after he won. You already won. Why do you need to release anything? So, of course, they're going to re-release it. Trump would have done the same thing. So I'm not talking crap about Democrats or Republicans. Any politician would have done the same thing. So, of course, now it's a bill. It has not been passed yet. They've called it the bill. The bill is for the down payment. I forgot the name of the bill, actually. It's the equity down payment towards equity bill, okay? It's for 2023 to 2025. If you bought a home 2023 up to 2025, once this bill passes, guess what? You can receive the money. And there's 3 qualifications. Number 1, you have to be a first-time home buyer, which means you can't own a home in the past 3 years. Number 2, which doesn't make any sense, you have to be a first-generation home buyer. That means your parents could not be homeowners. But number 2, there's no way for them to prove it. By the way, you already know what I'm saying. I'm not telling you to do anything you should be doing, but because of that, I'm sure a lot of people are first-generation home buyers. And number 3, depending on most part of the United States, you have to be below 120% of the area median income. If you're in Orange County or LA County or the high-end areas, it's 140%. Okay? So so far, from what I learned, it's a credit. So they're not giving you the money. When you file your taxes, when you're going to get that money. Okay? So that's how you get it. All right? So if you have more questions on it, send me a message. All right, guys? So, but it's a bill that's probably going to be passed sometime soon. But when it passes, that if you bought your home in 2023, you're safe. Go on to my next question, which is a short one, okay? What if you already bought a home in 2023? Can you still get the Biden $25,000 tax credit? Like I said, if you read a copy of the bill, as long as you bought your home in 2023 to 2025, you should be able to use the money, right? So this is why it is hard to see. I'm going to answer the questions, Diana. I'm going to answer the popular ones, the most common ones first, and I'm going to jump in and answer that, Diana. So this is why it is really hard to see the housing market crash, guys. I'm not saying it. Trust me, as a loan officer, if the housing market crashed, that means there would be more homes on the market to sell. That would give more loan officers and realtors more transactions. If the housing market crashed, and purchase prices and rates were down in the lower purchase price and lower interest rates, we can put more people into escrow. That means we would have more buyers. Okay, and those buyers again would drive up prices. But if that would happen, trust me, we want to be wrong. But the government is not. They're releasing more money. The states are coming up with more down payment assistance programs. If you own a home, they're allowing you to refinance into a 40-year loan to drop your payment. They're renegotiating your rate. There's 12-month forbearance for government loans, 6 months forbearance for conventional loans. How can the housing market crash if there's so much relief and there's so much money released to buy homes. The only thing they're not doing is building more homes, which would save our economy. All right. So let's go one more question and two more questions, and we'll get into. Okay. When are interest rates going to come down? If you already asked that questions, I'm going to answer that. When are mortgage interest rates going to come down? Like I said, it's data driven, but as soon as the Fed stop hiking, for sure, that means there will probably be if the Fed stop hiking and the banks know that there's no more hikes, the spread will come down. The Feds don't even have to cut interest rates. We'll see rates in the 7s drop to the low 6s. And 6s are enough to cause a housing boom. You might not qualify in the 6, but there's more people who will qualify in the 6s that will bring buyers back into the market. But that's not going to happen until the Fed stop hiking, okay? So right now, we know that Jerome Powell said he needs to see core PCE or core inflation get down to 2%. We're in the 3s, okay? So I think core's I think at 4.1, okay? I can't remember where exactly that. I think inflation's at 3%. Core I think is at in the low 4s. PCE I think is at 4.1. I take that back. So they're trying to get it into the 2s. So it is working, okay? The problem is if the miscommunication historically in their mind or their strategy, the only way to bring core inflation down to 2% is to break the job market. So every Thursday when there is a strong jobs report, right, they feel that inflation is not going to, even though inflation's coming down, core's coming down, PCE's coming down, they still don't believe that this can happen without breaking the job market. Unemployment's at 3.6%. They're expecting to see unemployment climb to 4.5%, which is like 2 million more people supposed to lose their jobs. If that happens, we should see this drop drastically. But if they can bring this down without breaking the job market, and they are finally convinced that inflation's down, then they'll, without breaking the job market, then they'll stop hiking. Okay, so I think we won't see inflation seriously come down till November, December. I think people are finally convinced that the student loan forgiveness is not happening. So I think everyone's holding on for dear life that it was actually going to happen. And because it's not happening, people are starting to make other arrangements to start making their payments soon. So when these payments pick back up and more of these rate hikes start really affecting the market, will probably reflect November or December. So I'm hoping November, December, you'll see rates in the 6s, low 6s, and then probably second quarter, they might start cutting, and that's when we're going to see the drop off. So if you already own a home, refinance then. If you don't, I would buy before then, and that's when the competition is going to get nasty. All right? So that's my answer on mortgage rates. Prices, okay? Last one before I go into Q&A, home prices. So home prices. We would need something serious to happen. I'm not saying it's impossible to see home prices come down, but we would need more inventory than we have demand, and we just don't have that right now. It's not going to come from foreclosures. As I went over today, there's 185,000 foreclosure filings. That's less than 0.12% of homes in the United States. There's 144 million homes in the United States. 144 million. 185,000 are filing for foreclosure filing. Doesn't mean they're going to be foreclosed on. They say 1 out of every 6 homes actually foreclosed out of that number, okay? Takes about 1,000 days to foreclose, so 3 more years. It's not going to happen through foreclosures. Is it going to happen through unemployment? We don't know. They're expecting 2 million people to lose their job. Out of the 2 million, we don't know who are homeowners, who are not. But historically, people who lose their job, the first, so let's say, round of people who lose their job are most likely not homeowners. They're on the lower income job, and most of these lower income people aren't homeowners. Not saying that it can't happen, but it's very slim that can happen, that the job. But remember, if they lose their job, they got to live somewhere. Don't forget, there's mortgage forbearance for 12 months on government loans and 6 months on conventional loan, okay? So mortgage forbearance is going to allow people to stay in their home. They're not going to go into foreclosure. Make sense? Remember, so out of the 140, so there's 144 units of homes, okay? 76 million single family homes, right? The 144 counts units. So for those of you who try to troll me, try to F with my numbers, trust me, I've done all the damn research, okay? There's not enough homes. Like 42% of those homes don't have mortgages, okay? 25% of them have rates under 3%. 62% of them have rates under 4%. 91 or 92% have rates under 5%. And 97% of homes have rate under 6%. You'd think if they lose their job, they're going anywhere. They're going to ask for foreclosure, forbearance, or forbearance and stall it out and not make a payment. Why sell your house to go pay rent somewhere where you can sit still and sit pretty? Yes, there will be a small portion, but you see those numbers? Unlikely. Because of those numbers, we're not going to see these prices crash. We would need like Thanos to come and snap their fingers and eliminate a bunch of shit, right, for it to happen. Anywho, so that right there answers your question. Let's go some Q&A. All right, guys, bring on your mortgage questions, fam. We got Charlie G. How do you sue sellers after closing based off of uninhabitable reasons uninhabitable reasons that let the buyer in a hazard condition? Left the buyer in hazard condition. Wait, read it out again. Sorry for my busted English. Thank you, Andy. How do you sue a seller after closing based off uninhabitable reasons that left the buyer in a hazardous condition? So when you buy a home, you buy it as is. Unless they actually knew about it and you can prove it, you can't sue them. But if you can't prove it, then if you can't prove it, then there's nothing you can do. I would check your home inspection. Talk to your agent. This is why you got to work with a really good agent that does inspect the house. But if you can prove it, Charlie, then yes. But if you can't prove it, it would be really hard. Hopefully that helps you out. Okay? Because when you buy as is. You sign something. Unless they knew about it, they hid it from you, that's another story. Tony Lamar, pad and pen ready. Let's buy a house. My credit is 518 and 1K in the bank. Woo! Tony, you need a pad and pen, and you need Jesus, okay? A pad and pen and Jesus. You're going to need at least 10% down, and you're going to need to qualify under a manual underwrite. Hopefully that helps you out, Tony. Miguel, Min, can I use income from my second part-time job that I've been for 2 years? Miguel, so if you have a part-time job and you've had it for 2 years uninterrupted, like you didn't take a month off, as long as you have no interruptions, then you can use both jobs to qualify. As long as it's that you have the income has been documented, okay? Hopefully that helps you out. Diana, can my sister-in-law gift me money for a down payment, or does it have to be from my immediate family? If it's your sister-in-law, I'm assuming she's married to your brother, politically correct? As long as she's married to someone in your family, you're good to go, okay? Hopefully that helps you out. Daniel, do you offer any mortgage classes for couples? Yes, we actually have a home buyer webinar coming up, okay? So Daniel, what you can do is a couple things. You can go to whatsamortgage.com, download our ultimate mortgage guide, or if you go to our Instagram, send me a DM, or it's already on my stories, we have a home buyers webinar on August 17th. I'm going to go over the different loan programs and closing costs and how to shop for a mortgage. How to read closing costs and understand, are you overpaying or not? It's August 17th, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 6 to 7:30. So sign up. All right, guys? What's going on, Marv? Show love from IG. Thank you, Marv, for coming over. Marv, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Marina, thank you so much for coming over for Instagram. CH, is it a good time to buy right now? If you are not in a position to buy, do not buy. If you are going to buy and you're going to be in a very snug and tight situation, I probably wouldn't buy. Buy a home if you qualify. Buy a home if you don't know what to do with your money to make you money. Okay? Let's say you have $100,000 in your 401k and it makes 8%. If you compound that, if that money is making more than buying a $600,000 home that appreciates at, let's say, 3% a year, which is $18,000 a year. So let's say you have $100K in the bank. If your $100K in the bank compared to $600,000 home with 3% appreciation can make more than $18,000 a year, then don't buy a home. But if your $100,000 is not making you $18K a year, then buy a home. So only buy if you don't know how to use that money to make you more than appreciation, and only buy if you qualify and you're comfortable. Yes, these payments are crazy. These prices are crazy. But remember, we printed all this money. It ain't going anywhere. So if you're in a position to do it, then do it. But if you're not, or it's going to be very uncomfortable, and you're happy being a renter, then go ahead and do that. Hopefully that helps you out. Yi Lin Toon, 620. We do 620 purchase price, 599 conventional, 50% down. Take it. If you can get a 599 right now, take it. You probably won't see low, like conventional. You might, if we're lucky, we'll see probably fives next summer. Okay. If you want to wait it out. If you can't, 599 is not bad. Okay. So that's me. If it was me, 599, I would probably, depending on how much it costs. If it cost me 2 points, 1.5, maybe I'd do it. Okay, Yilin. How accurate is Zillow's estimate on monthly payments? It's not accurate, Tony, because it's not calculating your property taxes, hazard insurance, and PMI correctly. Hopefully that helps you out. If you want to know how to calculate the payments correctly, send us a DM or use a Techie Lender calculator. Most of it's been programmed in there for you. All right. Marina, did we turn up the volume? I think we got the volume up. I think I brought the mic closer. That's why. Can I start a mortgage loan officer career at 35? Definitely you can, CH. I've seen lenders start in their 40s. If you start as a loan officer, what I would do, besides getting licensed, figure out how are you going to get around a lot of people. Use social media. Make sure you have a lot of realtors that they either buy data or you find a way to collect as much. You need eyeballs. You need eyeballs and you need ears. If you can figure that out, you'll be successful. And be honest and trust and treat people well, okay? Gus Luke, what's going on? I haven't seen you on in a while. DJ Amaris Kua, is a DSCR loan better than a P&L loan? Depending on, if you're going owner-occupied, you got to go P&L. If you're going to go investment, then DSCR, depending on what you're using the program for. I'd prefer P&L. All right? Hopefully that helps you out. Marina, California Dream for all sucks only good if you don't have your money, and if you like sharing your appreciation with the government. So Marina, it's actually a pretty good program, just to be honest with you, okay? Because cash is king. You're only going to share a small portion of your equity. So when you build it, let's say you can gain equity fast in 2 years, then you can get a line of credit, pay off the equity sharing portion. Okay, so there's ways to do it where you don't pay a lot. That's why you got to go download our WAM wallet. And we're going to coach you how, once you get it, how to get rid of it quick. Okay, and it drops your payment significantly, so you can even attack the principal quicker. So it's a good program. And the California Dream program, honestly, the most people who get the program have money. To really get the program and have no money is very slim right now. Like I said, people that were able to flip into these dreams already had down payments and they were going conventional or FHA, mostly conventional. All right. Hopefully that helps you out. Yaz, is there a loan for first-time home buyers with interest rates be lower in the Bay Area? There's really no low interest rate for first-time home buyers. There's not really low interest rates right now. Okay. There are equity sharing programs in different counties that allow the loan amounts to be lower, which will lower the payment. So I see more of those before I see lower rates. But you might want to check out NACA, N-A-C-A. There's lower rates there. I don't do NACA. You would have to go directly to NACA. All right. Hopefully that helps you out. Mary Chen, love your content. Do you think rates will be higher or lower September and early October? I think rates are going to be higher. Honestly, I don't think we're going to see lower rates until November. Like I said, I feel now we know that the student loan forgiveness is not going to be forgiven. I think people are going to slowly start making these adjustments. Inflation is going to hit harder. I think in August, when July inflation comes out, the numbers are going to be a little bit higher. Just the way they do the math, even though things are coming down because just how they average it out. It should be, unless I'm doing the calculations wrong, July's inflation comes out in August should be higher. That's going to scare the F out of the feds for the September rate hike. So we're going to get a September hike. I'm hoping that should be enough. But all that should be reflected in November, December, January is when we'll really see it. Okay, so if you close in September, October, I would refinance next year. Okay. Mortgage home, you want if you can afford the mortgage of a home, you want why not buy now? Okay, what's going on? Let me see. Raven, 343 purchase price, 3.5% down. We plan to close on September 15th. We have not locked in our rate yet. When should we lock? Also, I have 5-6K in buy down points. I would do a float down. Raven, do a float down. If you're buying from the builder, do a float down. Do a float down. Use some of that money towards a float down. If rates improve, grab the lower rate. If it doesn't, you have today's lower rate. Okay, Raven? Hopefully that helps you out. I think I answered all the questions, Diana. I'm having to miss one. Elaine, I bought in 2019. Congratulations. I never claimed first-time home buyer on my taxes. I sold that home in 2023. If I buy another home, if you bought a home, they're going to see it on your credit. So they know you're not a first-time home buyer, Elaine. Hopefully that helps you out. So why are people expecting to lose their jobs? So this is why people are expecting to lose their job. So for businesses to run, people need to spend money. Okay, inflation's out of control. People can't spend as much. And to spend money right now, people have to borrow money. If they're increasing the cost to borrow money and it's too expensive and they can't borrow it, then they're not spending. Okay? If people lose their job, so if they hike rates, businesses can't borrow money to keep their business going because of today's inflation. If they raise interest rates and these businesses don't have money, they have to let people go. When they start letting people go, they can't afford to buy things. If they can't afford to buy things, people stop spending. If people stop spending, inflation is going to come down. So inflation's been very sticky in the low 4s right now. So the feds feel that the only way is we need to cut it, like rip the Band-Aid off. Hike rates. It sucks. 2 million people are going to have to lose their jobs. I think 2.4 million, right, will lose their job. That is enough people in theory, not saying this has to happen. In theory, if the 2.4 million people lose their job and they don't spend, that's when they feel inflation will finally take a punch, in a hard punch, and then come down to that 2%. And when that happens, then the government will have to pivot to get the people spending again. So when they cut back on rates, that's when businesses can borrow money at a cheaper rate and expand their business, right? It takes money to make money. If it's too expensive to borrow money, then of course they're not making money. Okay, hopefully that helps you out. Jay, is it bad to get a credit card increase before taking out a mortgage to increase your score? If someone still does it, is there a way? So Jay, if the lender has to do a hard credit pull, it can hurt your score by a couple points. But if they do that but if your credit limit, let's say you had $1,000 credit card, you have a $500 payment. That's a 50% utilization. But they increase your utilization to $2,000. They bring your limit to $2,000. That utilization is 25%. So if it's 25%, that will impact your credit more than that credit pull. So depending on how much it will increase your utilization. All right, hopefully that helps you out. Should I buy now or wait? Eduardo, I answered that question. If you're not in a position to buy, don't stretch yourself too thin, okay? If you can afford to and you're not stretching yourself too thin, even though you're paying a lot, then I would buy because it's not going to get better, okay? For everyone who doubted me, this time last year, when people are saying don't buy, with prices where they were at, the rates were in the 6s. And look at today. Payments are cheaper right now than they were last year. Payments are cheaper last year than they are right now. And prices last year that dipped, they're rebounding already. So I wouldn't wait unless you cannot afford it. Would you recommend Navy Fed no PMI? Would you recommend the Navy Fed no PMI required, no cost refinance for $250? Can refi any time needed after 6 months? Depending on the so it's $250 out of pocket, but if you look at the loan estimate, it's not going to be $250, Jose. It just needs to make sense. I would need to see the deal, but I like Navy Fed. I have nothing negative to say about Navy Fed. So if it's a good deal and you're not tying up that much equity, then yes. Is Credit Karma close to an accurate score? Is Credit Karma close to an account after score that a lender would use? No. Credit Karma uses Vantage Score, I think 2 or 4 to grade your credit. Mortgage lenders use FICO Score 2, 4, and 5. It's a completely different credit score model, Jay. All right? You're welcome. Daniel Santos, just started a business with my brother. We bought in 2017. Will it be hard to get a HELOC anytime soon? They go off of 2-year tax returns, Daniel. So if you show income in 2 years, enough to qualify, then it doesn't matter, okay? Hopefully that helps you out. Brittany, what up, Brittany? I haven't seen you in a while. We pre-qualify for $600,000 in California, have $200K to put down, 750 credit score. Haven't locked in a rate yet. Lender says to conventional. Is that true? Yes, if you're going to go right now, FHA rates are rising. If you're going to go above 10% down, then I would go conventional with that credit score. Okay. I would see the difference of payments first, because to me, on 600 grand, if I can qualify on a $600,000 purchase, 10% down or 15% down, I would do 15% down. That's just me. Save yourself that money. How off is the credit score from Credit Karma, which we went over already? Would you know when the dream is going to be back? Riz, the dream will probably be back end of 2023, early 2024, but we'll know more when they release an update in the fall. So follow the page to stay updated. Best loan, credit score 630, 650, go FHA all day long or VA. Okay. Nikki, should I buy down the interest rate for a new investment property so that I can make a positive cash flow? I wouldn't do a permanent buy down unless the builder's paying for it and you're gonna get a smoking low rate on the buy, like a smoking rate with the buy down. I know most likely you're gonna refinance sometime next year. So next year, within 2 years. So I wouldn't do any permanent buy downs. I would do a temporary one, Nikki, if you can. Chris D, hello. I'm 28, making around 80K with 20K in the bank investment. Interested in buying a condo, SoCal. What's your next step? I would talk to a lender, Chris, and get a pre-approved, but do something called a soft mortgage pool so it doesn't hurt your score. So you know where you stand, and when you see how much you qualify for, make sure it matches the area you want to buy, and to make sure it makes sense. If it doesn't, then find a game plan to buy somewhere else, okay? But have a lender, do a soft pool, see where you stand. Hopefully that helps you out. Guys, if I brought you value tonight, do me a huge favor. Please like this video and please share this video. All right, guys? Also, if you're not following me by now, please hit that follow button. Mona, does your credit score even matter anymore when buying a home? Yes, it does. I'm going to sell my house, then move to Ohio. Me and my husband, credit score 790. I've been looking at prices for monthly payments in Ohio. Seems very high. I know everything is high right now, but thoughts my score would help out. Anything above 760 is going to be all the same. So Mona, if you drop under 760, you're going to see a payment increase, okay? So keep that above that 760. Fidel, any advice as a realtor? Get on social. Get on social. Any advice for new realtors? Get on social. Get on social and give quality information, and don't think about the commission. It's hard, so the best way not to think about the commission is move back to your parents' house if you can, or live somewhere rent-free. Give yourself 1 year, year and a half to give a lot of solid content without expecting anything, and if you build it and you teach it, it will come. How much are closing costs? David Servant, as long as you're not buying down points or doing down payment assistance, it should be between 2.5% to 3.5% of the purchase price. All right, hopefully that helps you out. Can me and my wife use her credit score to buy our first home? Her credit score is a lot better than mine, but I'm the one with the income. To use your income, they have to use your credit, Joshua. All right, hopefully that helps you out. Rosita, thank you for guiding us for our home. Of course, Rosita, you're welcome. Christopher Moreno, any advice on purchasing a condo for a new homeowner? Christopher Moreno, purchasing a condo, I would make sure, if you're going FHA, that the condo is FHA approved. If it's not, make sure you work with a lender that can do a condo spot approval. If you're going conventional, make sure that the property is the condo is warrantable. The seller should know. If not, if a lender works with Rocket Mortgage, they can do this condo. They have this software where they can pull up if the condo is warrantable or not. If for some reason you don't care if it's warrantable or not, make sure you have at least 10% down or more and be ready for a non-qualified mortgage. Hopefully that helps you out. Jamie Porter, new construction home build. Should I use cash or new construction loan? New construction loan. Save your cash. Cash is king, okay? Do you see closing costs rolling into the loan a lot of these days? On refinance and not purchases, as long as I have equity, okay? Yvette, between 2021 to 2022, I took a total of 6 months off and worked for 2 different companies. I've been with my current employer in the same industry for 6 months. Would that affect me if I wait a year longer? So if you're using 2 jobs, like in 6 months, you've worked at 2 different companies. You just need to have 2 years employment history, same line of work, or same industry, or same position. As long as your salary, you're good. You just need 2 years employment. If you took 6 months off and you're back at work and you don't have to, I would wait a total of 1 year, one solid. If before you took 6 months off, you have a long work history, you took 6 months off and you changed 2 jobs, I would try to be there for 12 months before applying. Make sure your case is strong, all right? Hopefully that helps you out. Some lenders can do it after 6 months, but that's a gamble, right? If you're gonna do something like that, Yvette, make sure the lender does an underwritten approval up front. But 1 year, you should be safe. Hopefully that helps you out. Larry, do I have to put 20% down on purchasing a second home? If you're gonna live in it, no. But if you're gonna rent it out, 15% down or more. If you're buying as a vacation home, 10% down. Hopefully that helps you out. How much do I have to make to purchase a $300,000 home? Depending on your down payment and depending on your debt. Almara Jones, please send us a DM. Guys, if you want to get a hold of me, here's my information, okay? You can give me a call, 714-790-9697. You can give us a call, send us a text message. If you have a question, you want to email to us, info@whatsamortgage.com. Also, if you have a loan estimate, you want us to help you find a better deal. New construction, not that easy. Anything else, most likely, let's say out of 10 shop with us, about 6 or 7 we were able to find a better deal for. Go to review@whatsamortgage, send over your loan estimate, and what we do is that we shop it against 50 different major lenders, and we see which lender will compete to fight to give you the better deal, okay? Like I said, out of 10, we'll probably win 6, maybe 7 out of 10. New construction, we don't win a lot, just being honest with you. Jumbo ARMs, we don't win, okay? But besides that, conventional FHA, VA, if we'll shop it at different lenders. If you want to find a better deal today, we saved 2 borrowers about close to $3,000 each in closing costs. One borrower, instead of paying $8,000 for the rate, they paid $2,500. No, sorry, 2,000. Because 2,000. So we saved $6,000. So it all depends on the situation. We can't do that for everybody. Sometimes we only save people a couple bucks. We tell them to stay with their lender. Okay. Hopefully that helps you out. So here, Nikki, should my dad put 20% down, 25% down to buy an investment property? I would try to go 15% down. If they qualify, Nikki, full doc, the payment's cheaper, closing costs are cheaper, but if they don't, then go DSCR. Hopefully that helps you out. Can you do down payment assistance from a builder? Yes, as long as the builder provides it, if you want to use the builder lender. All right. Lily, should I buy an investment property in another state, DSCR? Yes, definitely. I'm in California. I would do it, Lily. Should I buy now at 3.5% or wait a year to put a bigger down payment? I would buy if you qualify, Melina. By the time you save the bigger down payment, prices are pushing up. They're expecting prices to push up about 5%. So on a $600,000 home, it's going to push up $30,000. So you might save more, but the payment's going to go up. Okay, hopefully that helps you out. Remember, guys, unless you're buying a home with 20 to 25% down, it's going to be really hard to make a dent in the payment because prices push up with inflation, right? Monthly mortgage payments. Doesn't matter if prices go up or down, rates go up or down. Monthly subscriptions move along with inflation. When was the last time you looked at? Oh, did you guys see the new the new? I know the new YouTube premium bill went up. Netflix went up. Disney, Hulu went up. So they all go up because payments go up with inflation. All right. Can my first purchase be a investment property, DSCR? It can, Lily. Not all lenders will allow you to use a rental income on DSCR unless you already own a home. There are a couple non-QM lenders that will do it, but you got to dig for it, okay? And the rate is a little bit higher, Lily. But I understand if I was not married and didn't have my kid and I didn't own a home today in this market and I didn't have a family, I would probably buy DSCR in other states myself, okay? Hopefully that helps you out. How much percentage do I need to put down and not have PMI on an FHA loan? You would have to put, on FHA, you'll have PMI no matter what. But if you put 10% down on the 11th year, the PMI will fall. Excuse me, Cindy. One more thing. I just burped. I just smelled it. One more thing. If someone makes cash, is a bank statement loan wise? As long as they deposit it and you can tally up the deposits. Spotify went up $1 or $2. Yeah. That stuff pushes up, Marv, 100%. Inflation drives up. Okay. That's how monthly payments roll. How much can we afford? And $120,000 a year. Depending on your down payment, Perla, if you want help, like I said, you can give us a call, 714-790-9697. Give us a call, send us a text message, or send us an email, okay? We would love to go over that with you, Perla, to help you out, all right? All right, guys, this is it for us today. I really appreciate everyone who asked a question tonight. If you asked a question and we answered, do me a huge favor, like this video and share it, okay? I would really appreciate it. Also, if you're not following us by now, please hit that follow button. All right, guys. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. We want to end all our episodes with our attitude is gratitude. Without you, there is no us. So thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts here at What's a Mortgage. Have a great